Yo, what's up guys? We're here at Lake Elsinore today to finally test the new 2017 Honda 450s. As you can see, we've got the new bike here today. The Honda have taken a while to get them out, and it's the middle of December now and we've finally got our hands on one. So it's about time to take them out for a test here at the awesome Lake Elsinore, Southern California. But first I'll just run you through the changes on the bike. Honda have updated this bike big time this year. Completely new engine for increased power and torque. We've got conventional spring forks this time. We've got a new alley subframe, titanium tanks, a new twin exhaust pipe system. The bike is just completely updated, and from what I've heard, it's pretty impressive. So we're going to take it out today to see if this engine does pack a bit more of a punch. We're going to see if it handles better, if it's more agile than the Honda 450s of the past. And to be fair, we're all pretty excited. We're here with the whole Race SoCal team. We've got myself, Eddie Rice, Steve Hyton, Michael Leib's coming down. We've got a whole bunch of riders come and test the fleet of Race SoCal 2017 450s. It's going to be a sick day. Obviously there's a lot going on with this bike and there's going to be a lot to talk about. But for now, let's get out on the track and let's get riding.
I used to race British Championship motocross in England. I'm currently the owner and operator of Race SoCal Motocross Vacation. We're out here at Lake Elsinore today, testing out the new 2017 CRF450. It's been a long awaited bike to come out. They were delayed a couple of months from the original delivery date, but they've been well worth the wait. Initial thoughts on the bike are it's completely different. Everything from the way the power delivery is, to the spring forks, to the new shock. It has a really great planted feel. It feels really light and nimble. It turns really well. It really feels like a 250F to turn. It's really flickable, lots of grip on the front end. Tracks really nicely through the turns. The sound of the engine, first time I revved it, sounded like a Yamaha 450. It just really felt like it was sucking the air in through the intake. The Yamaha 450 revs on for quite a long time. The new Honda 450 just, once the power kicks in, it just keeps going and going and going. It doesn't taper off like the previous model does, so you can jump jumps on the track in, second gear or third gear, and it's still pulling in the rev range. It's really impressive. I think Honda's done a really good job of the bike. For the suspension, they've gone back to the 49mm spring fork, or gone back to the spring fork and put a 49mm on, and it really does feel like the A-kit stuff that I'm used to riding with. It does seem like the bike is now coming with a factory-based fork, but manufactured for the masses. From landing hard off jumps, doesn't seem to bottom out, but once you sit in the turns, it feels really planted. All in all, it's a very impressive bike from what we've seen so far today.
What's up? It's Michael Leib. We're out here testing the new Honda 2017 450 with the Race SoCal crew. It's definitely cool to see the evolution of the 450s go on. I've been riding some 450s here and there for the last 4 or 5 years, so it's pretty crazy to see how narrow they're getting and how much they're starting to adapt and feel like a 250F with the power and the feel of a 450. It's pretty enjoyable to ride. It's pretty easy to ride as well. And the bike feels really balanced, which is nice. I've always been a fan of Hondas. So yeah, I mean, to me, it's like I said, it feels a bit more like a 250F, more than any other 450 that I've rode in years past. Definitely a big improvement for the 450. As far as power goes, I feel like it's, you know, I think it was the 2014 and 2015, it felt like it just signed off as the top end of the bike kind of came in. This one feels a little bit more mellow and kind of linear as far as from top to bottom. It definitely feels like there's not so much of a peak and a fall off. It just kind of feels like a nice smooth transition, which is nice. That was one thing that was always a struggle for me, especially being lightweight and small on a 450, is that all the abrupt power wasn't necessarily something that was always good for me. So having something a little bit linear and broader, you know, it just kind of seems a little bit better for me. As far as suspension goes, I mean, the whole toss-up that everyone talks about between the air fork and the spring fork, you know, for me, riding Supercross, I actually do like the air fork, but anytime that I tried to get the air fork to work outdoors, it was always a bit of a struggle. We got it to work, but it was a lot harder to get to the point A that we actually wanted to get to. I think that you can achieve both things, you know, good things about both spring and air. You know, in this particular sense, I think that for, you know, the average guy going out and buying a bike, I think that you're going to be able to achieve a lot, you know, easier of a transition into a comfortable setting. As far as the air fork will probably take a little bit more time and setup to actually get it comfortable for you. My favorite personally would be the Yamaha. The only thing I didn't like about the Yamaha was kind of the width of it. And actually, funny enough, this thing actually kind of achieved that for me. I've not rode all the 450s. I've rode Yamahas, I've rode the KTM, I've rode the Suzuki, but I mean, as far as evolution goes, I kind of feel like this is maybe a little bit ahead of the game at the moment. I haven't paid too much attention to the hype of it, but I mean, it is an enjoyable bike, and it is cool to see the 450s kind of go from, you know, one step, you know, to where it is now. You know, when I first got on 450s in 2014, they were too big and heavy for me to ride, and this is pretty easy for me to cruise around on and do things that I would typically do on my 250.
It's Matt here at Lake Elsinore. Finally, on the 2017 Honda 450. Oh, they're fast. As we know, these are brand new generation of bikes, completely overhauled. Engine, chassis, the lot. There's a lot of work gone into these bikes to update them to rival the other 450s in the game. We've got a completely revised engine for increased torque and power across the road range. I have to say, it is very noticeable compared to Honda 450s of the past. They've never been the fastest 450s. It's honestly feels like it's got the power to rival even a Yamaha 450, notoriously the beefiest out there. Feels like it goes fast. We've got many places where we can open it up here on this track at Elsinore. Just a couple, but in those places it does feel fast. Go up to one after this next corner and I'll show you what I mean. Right, it's a weird jump here. Man on the power. Whoa, she tracks. See, I completely missed the right circuit. I'm trying to show you how fast she goes. I don't think you'll be disappointed with the power performance of this bike. We got an all new generation aluminium subframe and a chassis here. That together with this titanium fuel tank up front makes the bike feel very, very narrow. Compared to the other bikes in this class. yourself.
Don't make me horny, AD.